Throughout history, some predictions have been so eerily accurate, they send chills down your spine. Every so often, a voice from the past describes future events with a precision that defies logic. Today we're diving into 5 terrifying predictions that actually came true, exploring the mysterious connection between prophecy and reality. Prepare yourselves as we journey into the strange landscape where destiny and history collide. These are tales that linger in the mind, long after the story is told. In 1865, as the Civil War ended, President Abraham Lincoln was burdened by the weight of a fractured nation. In his final days, Lincoln shared a haunting dream with his wife and close friends. He described wandering the silent White House, following the sound of distant sobbing. In the East Room, he saw a catafalque and a corpse, surrounded by mourners and soldiers. "Who is dead in the White House?" he asked. The answer, the president. He was killed by an assassin. Lincoln recognized himself as the victim in the dream. His friends dismissed it as stress, but Lincoln couldn't shake its ominous weight. He had long accepted the dangers he faced, but this vision felt different, personal, prophetic. Just days later, on April 14th, Lincoln attended Ford's Theater. That night, he was shot by an assassin. His body was brought back to the White House, to lie in state in the East Room, guarded by soldiers, exactly as he had dreamed. The chilling accuracy of Lincoln's vision remains one of history's most unsettling premonitions. Was it a subconscious warning, or something more? The line between coincidence and prophecy blurs in moments like these. Lincoln's final dream stands as a haunting reminder of fate's mysterious hand. Even the most rational minds can be touched by the inexplicable. The president who saved a nation foresaw his own tragic end. Sometimes the future whispers, if only we know how to listen, and sometimes it shouts. Halley's Comet has long been seen as an omen, but for Mark Twain, it was a personal signpost. Twain was born in 1835, the year Halley's Comet lit up the sky. He often joked that he'd leave the world with the comet's return. In 1909, as his health declined, Twain declared, "I came in with Halley's Comet, it is coming again, and I expect to go out with it." Beneath the humor was a sense of destiny. Twain believed his fate was tied to the comet's cycle. As 1910 approached, the world watched for the comet, and Twain's health faded. On April 20th, Halley's Comet made its closest approach to Earth. The very next day, Twain died. The synchronicity was uncanny. The man and the comet departed together. Twain's prediction became legend, blurring the line between coincidence and cosmic fate. Was it a self-fulfilling prophecy or something written in the stars? Twain's wit masked a deep acceptance of life's mysteries. His story reminds us that sometimes destiny and the universe seem to move in tandem. The comet that marked his arrival also marked his exit. Twain's life and death remain forever linked to a celestial wanderer. Some stories are written in the heavens, and some, it seems, are lived that way too. In 16th century France, Nostradamus penned cryptic prophecies, but one stood out for its chilling clarity. His quatrain spoke of a young lion defeating an older one in combat, piercing his eyes through a golden cage. In 1559, King Henry II, an experienced ruler, entered a jousting tournament. Facing Gabriel de Montgomery, the young lion, Henry wore a helmet with a golden visor. During their joust, Montgomery's lance shattered, sending a splinter through the king's visor and into his eye. 2 wounds became 1, just as Nostradamus had written. Henry suffered for days before dying a slow, agonizing death. The prophecy's details were undeniable. The lions, the golden cage, the fatal wound. What was once an obscure verse became a terrifying reality for the French court. Nostradamus' words echoed through history, fueling his legend as a true seer. Was it chance, or a glimpse into the future? The court was left shaken, and the world took notice. Sometimes, prophecy and fate collide in the most brutal ways. The king's death became a testament to the power and terror of prediction, and the legend of Nostradamus was sealed. In 1898, author Morgan Robertson published Futility or the Wreck of the Titan, a novel about a massive, unsinkable ocean liner. The Titan, like the future Titanic, was the largest ship afloat, carried too few lifeboats, and struck an iceberg in the North Atlantic in April. The fictional disaster mirrored the real Titanic tragedy 14 years later, with chilling precision. Both ships were British, both hit icebergs on their starboard side, and both suffered catastrophic loss of life due to insufficient lifeboats. The similarities were so striking that many believed Robertson had foreseen the disaster. He claimed inspiration came from spiritual guidance, but most attribute it to his deep knowledge of maritime trends. Still, the details, size, speed, location, and fate were eerily accurate. The line between fiction and prophecy blurred as the world watched the Titanic's fate unfold. Was it an incredible coincidence or something more? Robertson's story became a haunting example of life imitating art. Sometimes the warnings are written long before disaster strikes. The Titan's fictional wreck became a blueprint for a real-world tragedy, and the world was left to wonder, can fiction sometimes predict the future, or does fate simply follow the stories we tell? Alan Turing, the codebreaker and father of computer science, saw further into the future than most. In 1950, he proposed the Turing test, asking if machines could ever think like humans. But Turing's vision wasn't just hopeful, he warned of the dangers ahead. In a 1951 BBC broadcast, he predicted that thinking machines might one day outstrip human intelligence and take control. He foresaw a runaway chain reaction machines designing even smarter machines beyond our understanding or control. Turing described the concept of a technological singularity decades before it became mainstream. Today, his warnings echo as artificial intelligence shapes our world. The debate over AI's power and risks is more urgent than ever. Turing's words were not doom, but a call for wisdom and caution. He urged us to consider the consequences of creating intelligence that could surpass our own. His foresight remains a guiding light and a warning for our technological future. Sometimes the greatest predictions are not about events, but about the paths we choose. Turing's vision challenges us to shape the future wisely. From Lincoln's dream to Turing's warning, these stories remind us of the mysteries that lie just beyond our understanding. Whether born of intuition, logic, or something stranger, these predictions bridge the gap between past and future. They challenge our sense of time and fate, leaving us with unsettling questions. Are these prophecies mere coincidence or glimpses of a future already written? The answers remain elusive, but the lessons endure. Listen to the voices of foresight and approach the unknown with humility. If you found these stories chilling, don't forget to like and subscribe for more uncanny tales from history.